Hey guys, welcome back to another This Is All Skate Shop YouTube video. I'm Ivo, the owner of This Is All Skate Shop, and I am at the Roces factory right now. So I'm super excited. This whole building here is the Roces warehouse, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. And I'm gonna interview, hopefully, the most important guy, Maximo Cavasin. So let's see if he's there, and let's do a cool behind the brand video with him. In this behind the brand video series that I'm doing, I'm taking the owners or founders or the most leading people of each brand and going through the history of their brand. And Roces has a lot of history. Let's see if they're there. I'll show you everything that I'm gonna see. Oh, hey, Ivo. What's your name?
Roberta.
Roberta. Hey, I'm here to meet Maximo.
Just one moment. Please.
Yeah. This is my friend Francesco.
Hi,
He's
everybody.
the sales agent for
Yeah.
Roces. Can you show me around, Francesco?
The lights are turned off.
Yeah.
Later, if you go downstairs, maybe with Alessandro or Massimo, they will show you. There was the production, totally production here, and we were in 100 people inside. Those are the picture, the father of Massimo.
What's his name?
Vasco.
Vasco. Yeah.
Vasco.
Hi guys. You're doing R&D for Roces? It's very cool.
Andrea.
Hey, nice to meet you. The biggest shop in the Netherlands. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We rent Roces skates, so if you want to try Roces skates, if you've never tried it, we're next to the park, so you can skate in the park. It's nice. In the center of Amsterdam is my store. And we have a store in Antwerp now as well.
Yeah, usually you can find Alessandro. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
The story.
Yes, exactly. Wow. Oef. 92, 93, 96, 87, 82, 81. Oh, cool. Holy shit. Is that a DVD attached to the VHS? Or what is this? What is this? Maximo,
Hi.
nice to see you. Hey guys, welcome back to
Hello
another
everybody.
This Is All Skate Shop YouTube video. I'm Ivo, of course, the owner of This Is All, and this is Maximo, the current brand director of Roces and also the Cavasin family member. And Roces is a family brand, of course, started by your grandfather.
My grandfather, yep.
This is a behind the brand video of Roces, and Maximo is going to help me later. Hopefully Alessandro is going to join us a little bit. And Maximo, can you maybe tell the story of your grandfather starting this company?
Yeah. Funny because it has nothing to do with skates.
No, not in the
but
beginning.
my grandfather started real handcrafter. He was making boots for hiking boots, leather ski boots for other companies in the area. We are located in Montebelluna, which is the worldwide capital of sporting goods item like ski boots, skates, trekking shoes, outdoor, and that's what he was doing as an employee. And then he decided to start, and initially was working for this other, was being like a subcontractor, making production for the bigger brands. And then in 1952, he decided to start the Roces brand and to start building what you can see there.
Can we show this?
Yeah, of course you can.
This is a legendary one because you just did a skate that looks like this.
Yep,
So
the anniversary, the M12
promotion.
and the 1992 anniversary version, yeah. This is what my grandfather was doing and has been doing until the 60s. Then in the 70s, my father and my uncle, so my grandfather's sons, went into a company and they started by working in the company, and also they started to see the world, to know the market better. They developed into the plastic ski boot like everybody did in the 70s, but the first biggest date, I would say, for Roces milestone was 1978, when my father and my uncle had the idea of developing a plastic ice skate, basically.
Because the boots are, I don't know much about them. When was the last boot made?
In the 70s, we were still making boots and after ski boots. Basically, in the 70s, we stopped with leather and moved to plastic.
So is there any way there will be a Roaches just boots, just normal walking boots?
Not in the plan, not in the pipeline.
It would be super cool.
The market is tough, and if you want to do something, you need to do it in the right way and proper way. The product is not enough. You need the product, but you need everything else. And right now we are focusing on making a good job with Roces skates. And this is, we want to focus on doing things that we know how to do and do them well. I think focusing is very important. And in the years, in some time, we lost some focus and we paid the price out of it. We are back to focusing and this is rewarding. So
it's interesting. That's good to hear. Well,
we are still a small company, so we cannot do everything.
That's also
or it
true.
would not be done in a good way.
Exactly. And then from the hiking boot you transition to the leather. I have one here. This is a ski boot, and it's a leather ski boot, right?
Actually, this is also a ski boot. Maybe you didn't know.
I didn't see that.
Maybe you didn't know, but this is also a ski boot. Then it developed into buckles. But the first ski boot, this is one example.
Then this is also a ski boot, I think.
This is a cross-country ski boot. Yeah, this is a cross. Look at the toe for the binding.
Yeah, bent a little bit. No, it's like super stiff.
Not this years. It was impossible to do that.
Yeah.
So just, you know, ski boot has always been there.
Yeah.
Of course, with the 70s, the 60s and the 70s, the buckles arrived. So, you know, it kept developing and then the plastic came.
And what year was that, the first plastic ski boot from Roces?
To be very honest, I think it's exactly in 73, which is the year I was born.
Nice.
It should be 73 or to 75. Now I'm not totally sure, so I don't want to say wrong dates. But anyway, in the first half of the 70s, we were making ski boots. We were making a lot of ski boots, but we have never been a top ski boot brand. We decided to focus on skates. That's why in the 80s we stopped making ski boots to concentrate on skates, ice and inline.
Hey, let's move to the first plastic ice skate era. Is this the first plastic
that's the
ice
right
skate?
one.
It's super fragile, I think. So
be very careful because it's, you know, they can break. Normally PU has a 15 to 20 year life. This is 50 years old, so we keep it as a, you know, like in a museum, very. And
I've never seen an inline skate of this mold, right?
No,
because it's a one piece.
Because this was the one. This was the boot, which I think you know, because it's basically the M12 boot, which is the history of skating.
Exactly.
This has been the first boot that we used to make an inline skate.
But was it also your first ice skate?
No, the first was this one.
Okay.
This
and then I see one more here. I've never seen this one either. This is also, you can make an inline skate out of this one.
These two are basically the same, just developed in a. There was some modification in the mold, but basically this was first and this was second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is like a one piece with the frame.
Exactly.
And then.
But you had pieces in the mold that you could make it flat.
Interesting.
See, one example is this one. You see? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So here is one piece.
Yeah.
Can you hold it, please? While here you see.
There's a frame on it.
And you put a frame.
Wow, that's so
cool. So the mold
cool.
has some parts that can be moved and you can make it in different ways.
And this is a Roaches brand and this is a rollerblade brand.
This is always Roces.
Ooh, but the frame is, this frame is rollerblade.
Yeah.
That's a coincidence.
No, it's not a coincidence because the first skates were made like that with a Roces brand on the boot.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah.
But let's not jump to that because the ice skate...
You're running too fast.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so the ice skating, I don't know a lot about this history of ice skating. Were you already...
You are Dutch, you should know everything about the ice skates.
Yes, but not the Roces history from the 70s.
Basically, 1978, my father and my uncle made a very easy 1+1, which looks very easy, but it was not so automatic. They said, okay, ski boot moved from leather to plastic. Ice skates are all in leather. Why don't we do the same? That's it. And then, of course, it's easy to say, but not easy to do it. And it took them time in R&D, in developing, in testing, and they came out with the very first plastic ice skates, recreation ice skates in the market, which developed till nowadays.
Yeah, there's still, I don't know the name, there's like an M12 ice skate. Is it called the M12?
Yeah, M12 ice.
M12
it's
ice,
named M12 ice, correct.
And how did that go? Like, was it a big part of the company back then, or what was it the main focus?
Well, as all the new things, it was a niche, and step by step it grew. And it became our bread and butter, basically, because we live off skates. Ice first, inline after.
All right.
Thanks to our ice skates, we started inline skates.
I read an interview once about how this went, and there was a fair, like the ISPO fair in America.
So the show
in the 80s?
It started in 1981. My father was taking care of sales marketing while my uncle was doing production and R&D. So my father was traveling, my uncle was more in the company running the R&D. They splitted their task and they got along for all their lives. So that was good. My father was at the show in Las Vegas. It's the SIA show, Ski Industry Association, which was held in Las Vegas, and it was a ski boot show, and we were showing our ski boot, but also our ice skates to, to try to attack the US market, which was nothing for us in the beginning. What happened, these two brothers from Minneapolis, Brennan Olson and Scott Olson, had this idea, and we were traveling around the show looking. They were ice hockey players which had an idea to train on summer. It was only the concept and they couldn't make it happen. They didn't have the R&D capabilities, they couldn't make it happen, and they were looking for a bigger company helping them putting this in the market. And everybody said no, but Roces. My father believed in it, and so he invested a lot. For 2 years, it's been only investment in cooperation, my uncle and our other R&D manager in those years, plus the two brothers from Minneapolis. And step by step, they started with our boot. And then we developed the frame. The first was this one, exactly. You can see it here. This was the very first frame, the very first inline skating frame ever.
Yeah, so cool.
Industrial, okay? Everything before this was handmade somehow. And then step by step it was developed. The thing is that all the upper part, all the boot, has always been Roces mold. Basically, these two, after a couple of years, we were able to industrialize the product and to start manufacturing and putting it in the market, only in the US. The name Rollerblade was not the initial name of a company.
Oh.
The initial name of a company, now I was a kid, but it was something like North America Sports Company. Now, I apologize, I don't remember the name completely, but the brand Rollerblade came in after a couple of years. What happened is that the two brothers found an investor, and so they were able to start marketing their product. And the great idea that the marketing manager of Rollerblade had was to switch from a summer training for ice hockey player to fun, fitness, activity, Venice Beach, bike path, nice girls, good guys, keeping in health, having fun. And that's where in the mid-80s inline skating started to boom in the States. Up to the end, almost the end of the 80s, I would say 88, all the booths were Roces molds. Rollerblade was not investing in molds. They started with one investment in the end of the 80s, right before they were purchased by the Nordica Benetton group in those years with an idea, with their first own mold.
What was that, their own mold?
The Aeroblade.
Aeroblade.
It was a 3-buckle ventilated skate.
Okay,
And one of the, they were looking for, but even there, the R&D, it was paid by them, but it was developed by us. So basically they were looking, all the skates were, as you can see here, they were all closed. No holes, no ventilation. And because they were used mainly in hot places, California, Florida, they were looking for something which could be cooling your foot because you were sweating too much. And so, but they only had this idea, they didn't know how to make it happen. And we basically developed the holes in the shell. Because that's what it is. Plus the net in the inner boot, so that was having breathability. Thanks to this, and again, this was a Roces Italy R&D idea.
Innovation,
Exactly.
You made a lot of innovation. This is such a cool story. Really cool, really cool.
Then probably next step is for the 80s, we were manufacturing for rollerblades. So we were not an inline skating brand. We were an ice skating brand, we were a ski boot brand, we were making a lot of boots for them. But then what happened in the early 90s with the crisis of a ski boot, Nordica was buying rollerblade to basically to keep their production busy because the ski boot market had a big crash in the early 90s, and all the ski factories were looking for alternatives because they had production line to be kept busy. So when they bought rollerblade, it was obvious that we would have lost the production. So again, my father and my uncle decided to start Roces Inline Skate. And our first trade show was in '91 in Long Beach, where we presented the collection. And basically everybody was shocked and impressed and saying, hey, this is rollerblade. And because they didn't know that the molds were owned by us, we were simply doing our own product with our own brand. And we started our adventure in the inline skating market. But everybody was like, hey, this is rollerblade. And we were like, no, this is our boot, which has been used by rollerblade, which we were making for rollerblade.
Did you do some marketing around this to establish the Roces brand with the same product?
We did it for a couple of years, but then we needed our own identity. We couldn't introduce ourselves in the market as a pure manufacturer. We are a brand, so we decided to go our way.
Well, do you know when the first skate was in the 80s that had a buckle? So here...
it was in the mid-80s because it was the Lightning where we added the buckle on the cuff.
The TRS Lightning, was it 87 or?
Something like that, in the second part of the 80s. I do not remember the precise date, but it was in the second part.
But it's an important date for me, in my mind, because that's where I see that inline skating, the way I love it, really started in 87. When the buckle came, that's when you had the first skate that you can do stair bash and a little bit tricks and a little bit maybe skate backwards. If there's only laces, then it's just too weak.
You are totally correct.
So
I think it was a little bit earlier than that. It was like in 85, something like that. 85, 86. That's my memory, but I was a kid, so it was a little
When did you start working at Roaches?
I was 22.
22. And what
After
year?
studying, I finished studying and I started working.
95. Okay, we'll get to the 95 era because we have still
It's
5 more years.
I started, let's say, as an employee, as a fixed employee, but I have been growing up into Roces. I grew up in Roces, so I always like to say that I have been one of the first inline skating ever. I mean, in 1981, 82, I was testing the first inline skates together with my cousin. We were trying that and nobody knew what that was.
You were the first in Europe on inline skates.
Well, I can say one of the first in the world because I mean, even it was still an idea. So our parents, Alessandro father and my father were working on it, and we were having fun, but trying it.
That's so cool.
That's a nice part, I always like to say.
Yeah.
So because of that, I've been growing, and I was following my father at the trade shows around. During my summer holidays, I was going around with him. I was helping, even, helping in translation. I was doing something just to get into the vibe of a company. And then I started step by step by doing initially a kind of a secretary, basically. I needed to learn. Even if you study working, you're not ready to work since day one, even if you studied 20 years. So, and step by step, I started doing the sales part, the marketing part, and then step by step, I became the managing director, of course. In the 90s, I was mainly taking care of marketing, and that's where I started basically the aggressive division into Roces, and I was driving everybody crazy because I believed in this new segment of the market that nobody were carrying, because basically, yes, the people were using the TRS or our FCO, but it was not an aggressive skate. So I started to get along with our first team members, and we started to develop aggressive skating.
1996.
Yeah, but before that we had the Moscow ramp, which was 94.
Yeah, exactly.
That was...
There's no Moscow ramp here.
No, because we are sold out and we have only photos.
What's the oldest aggressive skate that you have here? Because there's also the lowrider here.
The lowrider is the second step after the Moscow ramp.
Yes.
But this is... in the same year of the M12, we also did the lowrider. Okay,
so it's also 96. As soon as Roces was kind of like free of rollerblade,
I like to say when we found our way.
And how did you find the way? How did that process go?
Well, it's been a couple of tough years because we were making, our top year was in the 89 or 90, 1,200,000 pairs of skates for rollerblade, and we went to zero from today to tomorrow. We basically had to and start.
Okay, we have to do something.
And we did, and it was a challenge. But we did it. Period. But not much to say. We were working a lot on product. We were showing ourselves around the world as much as we could. We were using our sales force, and we built our sales force. I was my father and I were the two people who built the worldwide sales force. We are present even nowadays in 70 countries all around the world, which is not bad. Directly, I mean, not. And we concentrated, aggressive helped us a lot to give us an identity and a brand reputation. Thanks to that, we did the second step. We had the best product in the market. I have no fear in saying that. Then we specialized in aggressive, but we still kept our focus on a lot of fitness skates. We invented the junior size adjustable skate, which is now a market standard nowadays. if a skate is not adjustable, you cannot sell it for kid.
Yeah, 100%.
And we were the inventor of it.
The skate that you invented is different than most skates on the market because it changes in the back instead of now the most skates change in the front.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Yeah. I don't know which is better, but yeah, it's at least it's an interesting difference.
This is the very first one. Then we moved to the Orlando and to the other technology, but this is the very first one where you had to take out these holes, putting back here.
So it was size adjustable with but only
but
you had
it
to
was
screw it.
a lot of handwork to do.
Yeah.
While after 2 years, we came up with this, which is just using this buckle here to adjust it, as you can see.
Yeah. What year was the adjustable?
Nice question. And second part of the 90s.
Yeah.
I think it's 98.
I actually have a few of these old ones, and I have one, and it's exactly the same with the same wheels, and one has like the adjustable part, and the other has like you have to do it with the screws. So there was this transition time when you had like,
from year to year. We had them both in the collection. They lived a couple of years, yes.
Yeah. First skate you release is the FCO Rome.
FCO, the LAX, which in my opinion has been our best fitness skate ever. I had the last pair and it got stolen. I was so angry. It got stolen in my car. Like in 2010, something like that. That was the last pair existing in the company that I was using, and unfortunately couldn't use it anymore. I was skating. Unfortunately, I can't skate anymore because I have broken knees, and I can't push.
Too bad. You named all the models to different cities. Right? So LA, Rome, Athena. I think maybe the Athena was the first one with this, because
it was a family. It was the ATH, Athens, FCO, and then we had the LAX and the SFO. The LAX was the lace buckle version, and we have ventilated, and the SFO San Francisco was the 3 buckle version.
Was there an Amsterdam model?
Pardon me?
An Amsterdam model?
Yes, that was always a kind of an FCO, a kind of a SFO, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right, Amsterdam came before. It came with the LAX. It was LAX and AMS, Los Angeles and Amsterdam.
Okay.
They were our first 2 ventilated fitness skates. This is the second generation LAX.
Okay. The second generation LAX had was the first skate with the dual density.
Exactly. Harder. The black part has a harder plastic. The yellow part has a softer plastic.
This makes so much sense as well to do it like this, to have it more comfortable. And then later, this is in the Fifth Element as well. This one is also has the dual density. It works really well on this skate.
This is the second generation dual density.
Yeah.
In the end of the 90s, the market got crowded, and everybody jumped into the market because skating was booming. I'd say that we could put together from the year 2000 until COVID, basically everybody came in the market. We were like 4 companies making skates, and suddenly there were 40 companies. But then the market, after the boom, collapsed, and only the strongest survived. So we went back to a very limited amount of brands. And after that, a lot of niche dedicated brands for racing skates, aggressive skate brands, urban skating brands, a lot of small, I would say, skater-owned companies owned by passionate people in a certain activity. So this was a sign that the market was developing into different sports activity and more serious, with people performing the sport, running the company. So because of this trend, I had an idea. And I always had we were strong in aggressive skating, but we had a general brand. And I was feeling the need to to have a dedicated aggressive brand, to develop and to give the possibility to a real aggressive skater, street skater, to make something he knew better than me. I'm honest. Even if I believed in it, I was not an aggressive skater. I have always been a fitness skater. So, and I had a great relationship with the very first members of the Roces team because I built it. And to me, one person who I admire came to my mind, and basically I contacted John Giulio and I proposed him to develop this brand. And this is when Valo was born, basically.
That's so
it
cool.
It was John. I said, John, you can do what you want. Almost, of course, meaning he was free in marketing it, in product development with Alessandro and the team that he built, but he was taking care of the brand 100%. It was his brand. So, and this is the history between year 2000 and 2020. This is what happened. You know, there was product development mainly in niches, not in the biggest part of the market. That was a little, in my opinion, even Roces was a little sleeping. All fitness skates, there has been not huge innovation, in my opinion, in both 20 years, especially in the boot. There was development in the frame, in the chassis, in the wheel, but not really in boot construction. I'm talking fitness, okay? While everything was moved in aggressive, was moved in racing boot with carbon, urban, even hockey, because hockey is also a summer sport with inline hockey and roller hockey. And that was the most interesting part, in my opinion. This is my idea. When COVID came and inline skating boomed again, it was, to me, it was like going back in '96, which has been the biggest year for inline skating.
Okay.
So COVID was like that. You just needed, it was just you could do nothing. So, but skating was one of those activities that you were allowed to do, and people were, and we reached a new record in sales in those years. Not we, Roces, the whole market, our competitors, ourselves, our customers, and this is what happened. Then after COVID, as you know, the market slew down a little bit, and we are now back. We introduced in 25, this past summer, a completely new line of fitness hard boot. We are happy and proud to say that hard boot are coming back.
Yes.
And I'm a strong believer of hard boot versus soft boot. I believe, like you, I know it. We were the last company doing soft skates.
Okay,
Out of when K2 came out with a soft skate, everybody went immediately in doing a soft skate. Roces didn't for 3 years because we were still trying to keep it more professional. If you want a powerful skating activity, you need a hard boot skate. You know it 100%. Way better than me, or as good as me, let's say. And we tried to convince the market. It was a more technical product, but the market preferred the comfort and the nice looking of a soft skate. Luckily, during COVID and right after, we see this hard boot coming back very strong. So we just developed and launched it this past summer, a nice new line, fitness hard boot skate.
Anything Roces does, of course, we also announce on our Instagram, so we'll put it up later.
You will be up. You will be informed for sure.
Cool, perfect. Well, it's good that you're developing.
In the last 2 years, we have revolutionized our collection.
Okay.
We have been working hard to make new things because after COVID, there's been a lot of laziness in the market. We believe we need to give a reason to the skater to change his skate. So if you only do cosmetic changes, that's not enough. The skates are good. Most of the skates are good, and they live a lot. You can have a skate for 10 years and it still works well. Maybe you change the wheels, maybe you do maintenance like you do it with your car, but you don't have a real reason, having a technical improvement that tells you, hey, this is new, I have to change my skate.
Like putting a different frame on it.
So what we decided to do in the last year is give to the market, give to the skater something new to really have a reason to change the skate. And this is gonna present very soon, and it's going to be a completely new technology that we are very proud, and it will be in the stores starting spring 2026.
Okay.
And we are very excited about it. It's been very well accepted. The official presentation will be as I told you.
Okay, available at thisissoul.com soon. Super cool, man. So that's really nice that you're trying to innovate in the future. There's been some changes in the company recently. Is there anything changing in the direction of Roaches? A lot of people want to know this, I think.
Luckily, the new ownership wanted the old family to stay in the company. Well, luckily, maybe because we deserved it. I also want to say it.
Well, you're the heart and soul of Roaches.
This will always be our family company in our heart, as you just said. There is no discussion about it. Even if we are not the direct owner, but we are in the hands of good people that want to keep the company alive and wants to help the company to develop and make a better job. We have introduced in 2 years 2 new collections of really new technology and innovative product. So this means that the new ownership is supporting the company in doing its job. And as I told you, we are focusing.
I'm happy to see that Roces is doing what they're good at, and from an outsider perspective, it's just been going super good and maybe even better with the new direction. Like you see, like the skates are still coming, the marketing is still going, and I hope in the future a lot of new innovations, and the team riders are going to do cool content.
Stay tuned, you will be surprised.
Yes, exactly.
We will do a lot. We will continue to do a lot. We have new things coming. Every quarter of a year we have new product, as you know, especially in aggressive skating. We like to launch a lot of new product with limited production to give something unique. To give a skater something that very few people around the world can have, because we don't make a lot. This is what we're doing, this is what we did for all our lives, and what we want to continue to do.
Thank you so much, Maximo. Then I think we covered the whole story now. I just hope that Alessandro is going to be ready soon, so we'll do...
Here he is.
There he is.
You just called him, here he is.
Meeting's over. That's perfect timing because Maximo put us through the whole story.
I finished the story, now it's up to you to talk about the product.
Since when until when were you the team manager, and how did you go and selecting those guys? And
my first partner, I would say, was Mark Heineken. He's Dutch.
Yes, I know.
I'm sure you know him.
I don't know him personally, but I know of him.
So he was working for our Dutch distributor, Rodolfo's. I'm sure you know Axel.
Yes. Rodolfo's really did so much in the Netherlands. I am still selling Roaches, I think 3 times more Roaches than I would have otherwise if
he did a great job for our brand in your
still,
market.
I have so many like 45-year-old guys like, hey, I used to skate Roaches.
Roaches brand name in the Netherlands is probably the country in which our brand has the strongest reputation among all the one we have. We are strong in a lot of countries, but in the Netherlands, Roaches has such an heritage, and Axel and Rodolfo's have been building a lot. And Mark was working for them, and he was a vert skater, so he was asking, let's do something, so he convinced me. He didn't have to convince me because I believed in it, but I was able with his support to build the aggressive division in the company, and he was helping me in the beginning to build the first team with the first couple of guys, and step by step the team itself was selecting the skater. It was a team, a group, a working group. We were working together, we were meeting, and you know, Arlo was telling you should have that guy, or Tom Fry, you know, the guy from Australia, were telling there's this new kid coming up, and then of course we had other team manager, but basically it's always been Massimo and then Alessandro. He is now doing what I used to do. He is not, Alessandro, I told him you do much more, okay? He is not only the aggressive division manager, he takes care of our social media with a couple of people, not only himself. He runs R&D in general, not only aggressive, but most of our product. He's a strongest mind product-wise in the company, and he takes care of production as well.
Maybe too much.
Maybe too much.
No, it's never too much.
The first skate with the metal frame, with the 160 millimeter mount, is the Moscow ramp from Roaches. But is that the first 160 millimeter mounted skate?
If I remember well, there was a kind of a top brand meeting, and we decided together to step by step adapt so that we could have a unique way to mount, to assemble the frame to the boot. While with 165 it was just talking, and basically we selected the one that made the more sense to assemble frame to the boot.
Because there was an ice skating standard already, right?
No, ice skating has always been riveted. So, ice skating, let me grab one. It's been like this basically. It's been riveted, so there is no.
So, because a lot of ice skates have the 165 millimeter mount right now, so they have it actually
because they are inline skate adapted to ice skating, but in reality this is a consequence, because an ice skate, you can see here, this is an ice skate, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, Alessandro, but this is how they have always been assembled. Then, because there was this boot around, okay, people started basically to put blade on a soft boot skate. There are a couple of brands that did some adapter to adapt an inline skate to an ice skate, becoming converted into an ice skate. But it has really, the 165 has nothing to do with ice skating.
I always assumed that when it was the other way around, it was an ice skating first. Interesting. That's cool. So the Moscow ramp was one of the first 165 millimeter mounted boots. And then this had bigger wheels. Then the lowrider came with 67 millimeter, and then the Impala
62.
Yeah, Impala 62.
Basically, our job is trying to give the skater what they are looking for. So based on our meeting with the team, they were giving us a lot of suggestions. They were telling us how we could improve the product that they were using, and talking, looking at them. Sometimes it was Roces R&D manager proposal. Sometimes it was them, hey, I need it lower, because, you know, but they wanted as low as possible. So it was developing and then moving away from aluminum to plastic, because it was grinding better. You know, the M12 has a plastic frame, does not have a metal frame. And this has all been talks between the skaters and Roces, whether with me or him supervising it, but basically this was how idea came. We were looking at people, adjusting all the time the backhaul, and so the idea, just by looking people wearing skates and trying to fit them in the proper way, we say, let's make it faster for them, let's make it easier. And this is something that Likes particularly is proud of. The plate the UFS plate, which is helping to safeguard the boot. You didn't have to change the complete boot because it was wearing out. Not only it helps you to make nicer tricks and better tricks, but also to protect the shell and save money. Basically, because you only change the plate, you don't need to change the full skate. So even trying to give people way to save some money, you know, because especially in aggressive skating, the skate was destroyed pretty quickly, as you can imagine.
Also, there's this, that year, I think the sizing changed.
Since the first year of the UFS plate, size 44 was readjusted, okay, but only one size, not the full size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, starting 44 and up, it's changed one. I think we learned a lot from Roces and about the history. Thank you so much for telling the whole story. It's a story that's not told so much, so I'm happy that people can hear it from your voice here now.
We want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk about this brand, which is the most historical brand in skating 100%. With rollerblade.
And you can see that here as well, but here also below there's so many DVDs and old VHS tapes. We actually sell these still on thisisall.com, so if you want to get some Roces history, we have a lot of Roces history, like old skates. The lowrider you can actually get on our website. We have a few old ones as well. So Maximo and Alessandro, thank you so much for this. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
And
thanks to you, Ivo.
Guys, see you guys in the next video.
Nice meet.